Hey, how's it going, guys? Thank y'all so much for tuning into another video. All right, and on this channel, what I do is I talk about different real estate aspects and just overall business in general. And today, what I'll be speaking about is what I have learned thus far when it comes to flipping a property. All right, so my wife and I, we are flipping our first property, and of course, every step of the way, we are learning tons and tons of information. And so with that, I wanted to go ahead and just share what I've learned so far. We should be done within another week or so, but of course, why not just start sharing information now instead of waiting until the whole thing's done. So before we get started, go ahead and like this video if you have not, and also subscribe to this channel if you are not subscribed already. And if you are feeling fancy today, go ahead and click the bell as well, so that you get notified immediately once I post videos. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. So this is gonna be several parts. So this right here is gonna be part one, and then several parts are gonna follow as new things happen. So part one of what I've learned on our first flip. All right, so one, I learned that you actually need some money. But of course, and as most of you guys know, you can use hard money lenders. But for you guys who don't know what a hard money lender is, let me go ahead and help you out. So a hard money lender is basically similar to a bank. Imagine them as being a bank, right? But a bank that can close really fast, all right? The fees are a little higher, interest is a little higher, but the benefit of having a hard money lender is that you can utilize your LLC, all right, your company, to get these loans, but it'll be way faster than what a more regular bank would do. Banks have a lot of underwriting to do, a lot of other processes and time, and they drag that thing out. Could be a month, 2 months, however long it takes to close. But with the hard money lender, if you really need it done in like a week or so, there's some that can get it done ASAP. So that's just something to think about. So one, you could use hard money lenders depending on which lender you use. They'll fund up to 70, sometimes 80% of the cost of the property. A lot of times it's usually 70% of what the after repair value would be, and up to a certain percentage of what the purchase price is. So the way that they work this is, for example, they will pay, say, 100% of the rehab, all right? And they'll pay up to a certain amount of the after repair value. But let's just say you're able to get the rehab and the and the purchase price all within 70%. So you could essentially get the rehab and the purchase of the property all within the loan without leaving money in a deal at the end. Now, the thing with the repairs, though, this is something that some people miss, all right? It's on a reimbursement basis, all right? So what that means is, let's just say repairs are $50,000, okay? Now, they'll pay for that $50,000. Some will pay a percentage, but some will pay 100% of the rehab, all right? But it's on a reimbursement basis. So you would have to pay out that $50,000 first before you get reimbursed. Now, you don't have to pay out $50,000 at once to get it back. You could do it out in different draws, right? You could do it, say, in 15,000 increments. Okay, I got this done. They'll send out someone to review it, make sure it's done, and then they reimburse you for that portion. And then it just continues on until you're done with all your repairs. So that's how that works. So it just made me understand that, hey, you don't necessarily need all that money up front. Now, something else when it comes to the amount of money you need. All right, now, many times they'll, especially if it's your first one, they'll limit what they'll do as far as the purchase price. So they'll say, oh, we'll loan up to 75, 80% of the after repair value, but we're only going to initially pay for 65 or 70% of the purchase. So yes, you got this discounted property, but their whole thing is, we want to make sure you're putting some money out because we got to see what's going on out here, right? So with that, they'll pay for 60% of that. Now let's just say you may not have that additional amount, right? Or you don't want to use the funds that you have to do that, right? You don't have that additional 40 or 30% to purchase the property, right? What you could do is actually get a loan, right? You can get a separate loan, like with the SoFi or some of these other lenders that would loan you up to 70 or 100,000 based off of your whatever. You can get these loans like companies like SoFi, and I keep saying SoFi because that's what my wife and I use for this one. Get that loan, okay? And that would make up for the difference of what you need, and it'll be some additional to get you started on your repairs, okay? So now you can get the hard money loan, all right? And you'll be able to get that additional loan, and you'll use that towards closing and to start your repairs. And once repairs start, then you'll get reimbursed, all right? And then you use that reimbursement to then go and continue repairs and go that route. So that's how you could essentially do the entire flip without using your own money. Now, they will check your, they'll look at statements, or they'll look at certain things just to make sure you have something. But reality is you could essentially just have money, right? But not have to use any of your money to get that flip done. So that's the process that I learned. I learned that additional loan part. I learned that from a mentorship program that I'm in with Otis James and his partner James as well. So great information that they provide, and I look forward to just continue to learn from them. They always give great information. So that's the main part. That's the money portion of it. You don't have to have a ton of money to start flipping houses. It helps, right? It helps, but it is not required in order for you to really do what you need to do as far as starting to flip. Number 2, be prepared to start on the day of closing. Something I saw on a YouTube video was this guy was saying on the day of closing, he is having the dumpster delivered, right? So schedule it out before. Everybody that's going to start working, you want them to start working on the day that it closes. You don't want to wait like we did. We waited a couple weeks before we even touched the property, right? So it is extremely important, okay, that you plan all this ahead. So yes, you're focused on getting it closed, but at the same time, you have to understand that, hey, there's a lot of things that need to be done, and we need to get to it as soon as possible, because of course, that loan that you got from SoFi or wherever it is, that's getting interest every day. You got the loan that you got from the hard money lender, that's interest. And so, of course, I'm sure you guys heard the saying, time is money, right? So the longer it takes for you to do this rehab, the more interest it's charging you, and the less profit you'll have at the end of the project. So, and I know we spoke about this a couple times where it's like, well, even if we make a little bit of break even, at least we learn. Look, I'm trying to make money on this flip. I'm not, learn, cool, but I'm straight. I need to learn and make money, right? So that's what's important when it comes to these flips. So make sure you are prepared. So when it closes, you're not waiting a couple of weeks to get things done. You already have all the contractors lined up. You already have the dumpsters lined up. You have everything lined up to start so that you can get the ball rolling. So make sure you're ready on the day of closing. All right, next, contracts. Make sure you have contracts, all right? And make sure that they're detailed, all right? So they know exactly what they're gonna be doing. And I'm telling you this because contractors will say, oh, well, I didn't know I had to do that. Well, I didn't know that this. Well, I didn't know, okay? They'll tell you that they don't know. But if you have contracts with details, oh, you didn't know? Well, this says it, you signed it. Oh, that's, okay, got it. Make sure you have contracts so that they understand that there are things that need to be done, and it's detailed so there's no question, okay? So details. And also something that I wish that we would have done on these contracts, and we'll do it moving forward, is making sure that there's time incentives. So, hey, if you get this done in this amount of time, like, so say we're giving you a week to do this project. If you do it in 4 days, you may get an extra $500, right? But if you do it on time, then you get what you quoted. But every day that you're late after that point, it's cutting in by X amount of dollars a day. right? So if we would have done that, would have been done with the flip by now, right? But, you know, hey, it is what it is. You learn, we learn, so that's why I'm telling you, right? So in those contracts, make sure that you are including that time incentive and also making sure that you are super detailed on what needs to be done, because holy crap, all right? It's like, for whatever reason, it's like sometimes the contracts have the worst, I didn't know. Yeah, the worst memory. Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to do that. Oh, I thought you said yesterday, oh, well, okay, well, that's your fault. What? Contract says, got it. Bro, it's like the contracts are like the cure for memory loss. It's like, oh man, I forgot whatever. Oh, the contract. Oh, all of a sudden, I see clearly. I remember everything now. So make sure you have those contracts, right? All right. Next up, something that I got actually from another real estate investor. His name is Gene of Real Estate Full Circle. And I'll probably put a link at the bottom. I'll go ahead and make sure that I write that link in the description. That will link you over to his YouTube page. Gives great information, and he's a great source of information. So definitely check him out. So something that he suggested, and something that we may do in the future, because I definitely saw the benefit of having it done with the project that we're working on now, is he was saying, have the contractor start with one room or a small area, okay? So the contract will say, hey, you're the painter, but you're just painting the kitchen, right? Or you're painting one bedroom, all right? So you see how they handle themselves, you see how they get down, you see if they're on time, late, whatever it is, and by them performing well in that one room, then you have another contract to do the remainder of the house, right? But if you start off by saying, yes, you're gonna be able to do the entire house, they'll paint part of the house and say, oh, we miscalculated, it's gonna be double the price. It's like, whoa, the contract says, yeah, I feel you, but my bad, so we're not working no more. Delay, you gotta find other people, it's a whole situation, right? But make sure that, well, I wouldn't even say make sure, that was just an interesting tip that I got, and that's something I'm going to be using moving forward. So this is part one. There's going to be several parts of this moving forward. So make sure you guys check that out. And I look forward to showing you guys the end result. The house has come along very, very well. We're almost done, and we're almost done to put on the market. So I can't wait to show you guys the end result. So again, thank y'all so much for watching this video. Like this video and also subscribe, so that you're notified of whenever we have another video posting up. Thank y'all so much, and I can't wait for y'all to get your first deal. And I can't wait for y'all to start flipping some houses. Holy crap, this is exciting. I'm loving it. So thank y'all so much for watching.